credit. Taking the credit.
Yeah.
It's just me eating.
That's what I've been telling people about the squeaky chairs. Do you mind? Do you have a way to set your phone up so it's sideways?
Maybe.
Nice. That more of a full.
You're asking a lot from me, right?
I understand. I get it. Started from the top. Yeah, that's great. Way more full screen.
I need to prop this thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I appreciate it.
Where's Carrot Top when you need him? This is. I need a prop.
One of his many
props.
Mini props. Yeah, dude. That microphone sounds okay, but I've got some suggestions for you for the Twitch thing.
Oh, I have a snowball.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. But
then you're
was
good.
that zoomed in okay?
Yeah. This looks good.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, we are recording. Very, very, very excited to be here with my oldest brother, Josh. Josh Button. He is being ultimately respectful and eating for you all and me as well.
Well, dude, it just showed up, and you gotta.
No, I hear you. I'm glad.
Gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Dude, we never video chat or FaceTime or anything like that. Our primary source of communication is PlayStation online chat.
It's because I don't have to wear clothes.
Old Mayo mouth. That's nice. Yeah, you don't technically have to for this either, but...
Oh, dude, you think... Yeah, you think it's amazing that like we have all this technology. I saw this thing. Facebook sells this Duo tablet contraption, right? And one person gets a shitty tablet and another person gets a shitty tablet, and they're synced up. So you can just press a button and it'll instant video chat to that device.
Oh, really?
Standby. Yeah.
Wow, that's
so I thought
cool.
about getting us that thing just because it's like I've wasted $100 on much more stupid things, but yeah, we never really video chatted. I think it's because I know what you look like by now.
Yeah, that's probably fair. And like, no lie, guys, we have been brothers my entire life. So
yeah, I remember I was told about it and I was like skeptical because
you're like, I already got one of these.
I was like, well, this one better be able to play outside.
Yeah. Oh, and I did hard too.
Yeah.
I got another big ask for you, bro. I'm sorry. Would you mind turning off your monitor? It's reflecting off your glasses.
Yeah. Let me turn off my PlayStation altogether.
Word. That is a tall order.
Well, I don't.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, man, how did you feel about, I think we talked about it a little bit, but how did you feel about the Mux convo?
Oh, dude. Yeah. He is. Shout out to Brian. Hi, Brian.
Yeah. Hope he watches. I gotta get down there again.
I think out of all the people that I've met in terms of like, I've been introduced to quite a few musicians, namely either via working at venues or going to shows and introducing myself and just bridging the gap and trying to like just say hi and appreciate, I waited for I had Pete with me and I waited for about 40 minutes after Montauban to just talk to him. Cause I was like, I just want to thank this guy, for making music. And it was different with Mux. Like I had heard Night Court off of, just to reiterate off of what you guys are talking about. I first heard Night Court
That's so cool.
on the Ghostly Swim, Adult Swim / Ghostly International collaboration CD,
Okay.
which I bought the CD because it had Daedalus and Shigeto.
Right. So you knew
And those
about
are artists
them
that I knew. I
first?
knew about Shigeto first.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Reverse.
And by proxy, I was like, who is this guy? And why is he making the music that I desperately wished Daft Punk would have made instead of Human After All? Because mind you, 2005 was a bit of a letdown.
I liked that album though.
Yeah, but it sounds rushed. Maybe because they made it in 3 weeks. Like everything sounds the same.
Yeah.
You could pick up a 10-second clip from any song on that album, and I can't tell you which one's which.
That's fair.
Which to me is so different compared to like Discovery, where every song has its own thing going, and Homework before that. So as a huge Daft Punk fan, I was looking for music that resided in that very, how would you put it? Pure electronica, like that just doesn't even have to be danceable. But man, hearing his stuff, it's like, wait, this chocolate and peanut butter thing. It's like the electronic music that I like with that hip hop. There's so much soul to it. Yeah, it's so good.
But Night Court.
So I look him up.
Yeah,
he only had 6 songs to his name, dude.
Wow.
I looked up Mux at the time, so this would have been 2008, and I was like, he had the drum EP and then the Night Court single. Adult Swim bought that, put it on their collaboration CD, and his debut album was Skull Taste. I was camping with John out in Utah when that dropped, so we drove like half hour away from our campsite to find a coffee place that had internet so we could download Skull Taste.
Wow.
Back to camping. Yeah.
That's
like,
awesome.
Gotta do this.
Wow. How cool, man.
So meeting him was refreshing because it was like, hey, you're not a huge star, but you're gonna be.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you're gonna be.
You caught on at the right time.
Just wanted to know what his process was and ask him about, hey, the music you make sounds like what I would make in my head if I were to try to tackle it. It's just, it resonates very well. I think, we're not going to spend the entire podcast plugging his music, but anyone listening to this, like Mux Mool, Brian Lindgren, good friend of our family, good dude. And you don't see that enough. You don't see that often, where somebody can travel the world playing music and not be pretentious or egotistical. And I was just latched on and forced my way into being best friends with the guy.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
Turned out awesome. Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I never heard Night Court, but today I was on YouTube and I just searched Mux Mool and I thought, wow, I've never heard this song, and I clicked on it and I was like, wow. I didn't look at the date that it came out, but I thought this is either super progressive or super early, but it has like that vocoder kind of feel, it's really awesome. So,
and it's like, it was what was missing from the music scene in general. Like, there are others that he's not the only one making electronic music, but I had a gap for like what I wanted to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard his music, I was like, I need more of this.
It fills that.
There's only 6 songs. So when I met him, I said, make more music.
It worked. He did. Yeah. And I was talking to him about this. And like you said, I mean, I'm not trying to go on and on about Mux, although he is a great musician.
Good friend of ours.
I talked to him about your birthday that you had at Bell's. That was really cool in the back entrance. And earlier today I was thinking about that, and then it kind of led into me. I just wanted to ask you, I know that's got to be up there, but what do you feel like is your best birthday party? Because you've had some dope ones.
Ooh, I've had some dope ones.
Yeah.
You know, the Bells one was great, but there's also some stuff that happened after the party that kind of soured my night. So it's not like,
Oh,
as far as the party, it was good.
yeah,
Mind you, I was still drinking heavily at that time. So
right. Things are a
I
bit.
wasn't being the smartest person, but for what I was able to pull off, the P Diddy power that you were talking about, like
Yeah.
that,
Indie musicians, P. Diddy
yeah,
power amongst indie musicians. That's what Max said.
hey, my favorite musician from New York, I know you're in Ann Arbor right now. Do you want to come hang out at my birthday party? Right? Just, you're invited. And he goes, so I'm playing, right? Can I play? Can I play? I was like, yeah, let me just see how much money I can, pull from this
Yeah.
thing that I'm doing. And he's like, no, I just want to play. Which is great because honestly, Bells, if you're listening to anyone from Bells is hearing this, Jesus Christ. They spent about $20,000 on the speakers up in that, like crazy amount of money on the audio in that place. And they just wasted on barefoot people slapping tambourines. And so it's like actually hearing electronic music like loud in there was just
You don't like
so
Green Sky?
nice. Green Sky's fine. I'm
I'm
just gonna
just
say
kidding.
like
I don't care.
like
No.
I don't like bluegrass, and yet I worked at the epicenter for it. So
Yeah. Well, they have that outdoor area that's pretty cool. That's like, I guess maybe save it for there, save it for outside. But
I can tell you the three best things that ever happened inside that back room was my birthday, the time that we got to play Jurassic Park on the big screen
oh yeah,
because that was fun, big turnout, and then Charlie Tuna.
nice. Oh, I don't think I saw him there. I've maybe I did.
No, you had moved. I saw him.
Yeah.
I hung out with him.
I've seen him before live though, and he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him with
It's always
Break
weird.
Science. That was neat.
He's, bless his heart, dude. He's like basically deaf because of all the shows and stuff. Like he kept, doing the whole like turn my monitors up, and we were just standing back by the soundboard going like, it's all the way up. Like it's all the way up, and I'm like looking at him, and he's just the verbal Herman Munster, in
the word
flesh.
enhancer.
And it's not often that I hug somebody and my face goes into their chest.
Oh
like
nice.
That's kind of
the true embrace.
Yeah, he's taller than Uncle Ray, so I was like, this is just...
Yeah, I remember very vividly seeing him perform. He had jorts on.
Which are pants to the rest of us.
Yeah, right. He had a pair of my jeans on.
Shoots up out of jeans, like just gets too tall right before his shows. It's like the Hulk where he's got like ripped pants, and then when he calms down after performing, it's like normal pants on.
His manager waters him, sprinkles him with
they play like a harmonica and like soothe him. Like, easy, Charlie Tuna.
Well, he's a dope one to see. Yeah.
Bells had this, and they still do. Big back room where venue shows. I work there, and I wanted my birthday party back there, so I asked politely, and they said, "Sure, we'll give it to you for half of what it cost to rent." So my fee was like $450 or something, I think, after I doled out whatever hours. And then, you know what I did? I charged all my friends $10 to come to my birthday party because I thought,
very reasonable.
Instead of don't buy me presents, just be present. That's the gift. Be here. And there was a bunch of people trying to get in, and I'm like, sorry, it's a private party. And they're like, oh.
But that private party looks so sick.
Yeah, like, and the rest of my coworkers were working, and they were excited because it was like, oh, this is the most Josh thing ever. We're just going to pull down a movie theater screen and project old arcade games onto it. And
definitely honorable mention. Did you have any other ones, though, that like really stood out?
I think my favorite birthday party was my 13th birthday party.
Is that Roller World?
Was that Putt-Putt?
Okay, nice.
I had never seen a $100 bill in person until that day.
Whoa.
And I got two of them.
Nice.
and I went out and bought a PlayStation, and I got Tekken,
Dude.
and it was just
Wise
the craziest
investment.
day.
Yeah.
It was the craziest day. It was kind of like
After putt, and you just went across the street and you're like, well,
we went
Funko
to
Land.
Target.
Oh,
We went to
Target.
Target.
Wow.
Yep, right across.
Nice.
Yep, and $150 PlayStation and a game, and dude, it was wild because I had wanted it and wanted it and wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And we still had the Super Nintendo, and the PlayStation had been out for like a year or so because rarely did we get things at launch.
Didn't need it either, really.
Didn't need it, no.
Yeah.
But it was just hey, this game that I'm sitting at the arcade playing, I'm playing Tekken at the arcade, dumping quarters and quarters and quarters into. And we sit down and have pizza and ice cream and stuff, and they're opening cards. And I got hit with the 2-time from Mom and Peg Burson. And they're like $100 bills. And
you're like, I know exactly what is happening.
Can I make
here.
this disappear in a half hour?
Yeah.
Sure enough. Like,
I saw them and then they disappeared.
Just that was the last time I saw a $100 bill.
Totally worth it though, man. We were already on that tip with the Super Nintendo, but we got on that PlayStation 2. Kind of weird how we skipped around.
It was really cool just because it was like I was hoping to get the PlayStation like as a birthday present, but I knew that, dude, when we were kids, the systems were like a shared thing, right? The three of you boys, I'm going to get a system, you all have to use it and stuff. And it was like that moment of like, you can go and get this PlayStation and it'll be there. And we had the PlayStation hooked up in the living room of, I think, like, and then we had the Super Nintendo in the back with like, Mega Man and Mario Kart and stuff. So now we had all sorts of stuff covered.
Yeah. Split the
2 systems, 3 kids. Oh, dude, it was so cool. It was so cool. Like just in memory of thinking like all my best friends were there. You were there, Jordan, Sean Rogers, like Burson kids. We were just, everyone's hanging out, and
Burson's with the Sega.
Everyone sees me holding $100 bill. As kids, you're like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at Mom like, can I go get this PlayStation? Like, can we wrap this thing up? I just want to go home.
Yeah. What do you think is your favorite game for like those early systems?
Ooh, turn this down. My favorite game, Ape Escape.
Wow, nice. That was like the first game with the DualShock, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Was that PlayStation 1 still?
Yeah, it was a push. It was when they got the analog stick. We were living off of Oakland Drive at you remember Osterhout? Heading towards Schoolcraft, the little yellow buildings.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Summer living
I recall. Yep.
That's when it came out.
Nice. I watched the Good Burger like back to back to back to back in that place.
That's the summer that like Night at the Roxbury came out and stuff too. Like,
wow. That's funny how that would overlap in my
it was like 97 history. Or something.
You'll watch Good Burger and then Night of the Roxbury, Half Baked.
We were too young to be watching Half Baked as much as we did, but
I love it. I had no idea.
I don't see anything wrong. I mean,
I was just talking about that the other day. I had no idea what like most of those references meant.
Am I allowed to smoke weed on your podcast? Like when it goes on YouTube, is that against YouTube?
It's not against YouTube. No, go for it, man.
I wasn't sure about that because I know that you post your videos on certain different media channels, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I have a sweatshop back here that I don't want people to see, or like cocaine, like just all sorts of weird stuff. Like,
yeah, well, you don't have any of that. So
I don't. For the record, I don't have any of that.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Feel free.
Nerves.
Because that's
I'm excited for you. You're the social butterfly.
Not really though, like I can be, and I am with people close to me. But if it's outside, out in the real world, not really.
Real people.
real people. Yeah, no,
Right.
I don't know, just like not as chatty with strangers. But when
I'm
I'm doing
chatty.
something like this, it's almost like there's a responsibility in it as well for me to
Yeah.
keep going. But yeah, this has been dope because I'm just going to keep doing this every week and put it out every week. And
Yeah, dude.
that's what's going to
Yeah.
happen. And it's already showing growth. I should have started with this. But for all of you out there, I got a camera over here. There's another one over here. I don't know which one I'll choose. But my German audience and my Vietnamese audience are thinning. And I don't know if that means that there are just more lame Americans watching these videos, or if I have less of my international audience tuning in. But if you're in Germany, share this extra hard. If you're in Vietnam and you share this, yeah, share it harder. No, I've got like 4% of this audience is in Vietnam, which is hilarious to me, but I love it.
It's weird how stat tracking works too, because
Ho
like
Chi Minh
Google owns YouTube now, and you can really just kind of
yeah
see where things are coming from instead of it just being like, "Hey, everyone, look, I got 100 views on my video." It's more of like, "Where are these 100? Wow, like corners of this." And I think all we have to do is call this episode Scat Attack 2 Electric Boogaloo or something.
Oh my God.
Put the scat keywords in there, and we're in the money, baby. We're in the money,
just
man.
Gonna roll back in there. Yeah, that's
we're
a
just,
shout
it's
out.
Gonna be,
I got a crew rolling deep in Da Nang. All of you guys, keep it up. My Hamburg homies in Germany, keep it up. I thought this was
all
so
10
funny.
of you. Love you guys.
I was
This is
talking to Mux about there being like a small percent of people in Germany listening, and then a small percent of people in Vietnam. And he's like, "Oh, that's interesting. We're talking about doing. Bye, Nick. Have a good day." He's like, "Yeah, we're talking about doing a tour in Asia," and somebody commented on that video saying, "No, Mux, don't go to Asia. Come here to Germany." And I thought, wow.
So are we gonna start like some weird like Germany versus Vietnam fan war
No,
where like if we can get 10 more, whichever country gets 10 more subscriptions off of this video, like if you can like and subscribe from Germany, let's see who's the bigger fans right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
This
it
is
gonna
Germany.
be the German fans or the Vietnamese fans?
This is Vietnam War 2.0 versus Germany. And I've got Vietnam pulling ahead. Guerrilla warfare is the real deal. Speaking of guerrilla warfare, dude, I got out of the shower the other day and I was toweling off and I looked down and there was a spider like right next to my big toe, a pretty big one, which means that it fell out of my towel while I was toweling off my head.
Yeah, spiders living in your butt.
Probably, man, and that's what scares me.
How many? When they say you swallow spiders in your sleep, what if you're swallowing them with your butt and not your mouth? You just don't know it.
There's probably some of that, but I guess what I was getting at is like it's trauma, something that I thought was so comfortable, toweling off after a shower, and now, I'm not safe anymore, not even after a shower. So
I would assume that would have happened if you showered in the downstairs shower. But
yeah, I know, me too. But they found a way in. So not cool.
By the way, shout outs to your shower. It's a lovely house and a very nice bathroom.
Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those.
Yeah, them double boys.
I was standing in there and I was like, I'm confused as to how this works. This is too white and nice, and I don't get it. But I had to come back out with my head hanging low and going, can someone show me how to use the shower? Like,
yeah, it's okay.
Here you go, simpleton, poor person. Turn it on. I'm like,
no, I don't know. Once you get used
hey,
to
Jordan,
it.
can I see that bowl?
Careful with the shouting into the.
Sorry,
mic no, it's okay.
I don't. My mic is it pinned? Is it this thing?
Yeah, it's that thing. Yep, it actually sounds really good when it's.
Hey, Jordan. Can you hand me that bowl?
Yes. So awesome.
Yes. Hey.
Wow.
Thank you, dude.
Bubbly, not worky.
Much appreciated. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry for blowing out your ears, dude.
Oh, no. It's all good. I just
It's not good.
hopefully, like most of the time, I don't listen back through these. So I just hope that I
Sure.
remember to turn that down later. But
What
that's okay.
cans are you using right now? What are those?
Cameras?
What are your headphones? Your
Oh,
cans?
yeah. Oh, cans. Sorry. These are, they're called like Odio, ODIO, something or other. Pretty basic. They're like $30 on Amazon. And then on
Okay.
Amazon Day, Prime Day, the other day, they had them $10 off. So I got a second pair for $20 that my co-host can wear, or like
Nice.
guests can wear. So it
For
matches.
Hayes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Hayes was saying that he's also
He's
kind
stuck
of
at home
nervous.
today.
Yeah, but we were talking about hanging out, but he was also kind of nervous about
Yeah.
being on camera and stuff. And I get it. A lot of my friends are, but I don't know. A lot of them also
Well,
have fun
I
stuff to talk
mean,
about.
I sorry, I knocked
No,
over.
no,
Yeah,
dude.
off camera.
Yeah, you're
Um,
good. Stone
no, it's
Cold
just one of those
Stunner.
things. I am. I have this phone propped up with like a candle and a DVD case, and
Which
it's
DVD?
also a copy of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Oh, wow. Okay, what an honor.
So I pull out finest.
Yeah, dude.
to,
Caviar.
I'm not shy. Like, this is just me talking to my baby brother.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
In all
that
honesty.
is what it is. That's the
It is
thing.
what it
It's
is.
like I get a little nervous sometimes before starting these, but the only difference is that I'm angling my face towards a microphone and I'm wearing headphones. But yeah, I don't know. Forget about the other stuff. But yeah, you're going to have to help me figure out what computer to get here. Probably closer to Cyber Monday or Black Friday, but I'm curious, how to...
Speaking of Prime Day,
Yeah.
did you see the fiasco with Nikon?
No.
There was a glitch. Everything was $95. So people were
Really?
buying $13,000 lenses for their cameras for $100.
Oh, I wish I knew.
I had no idea until after the fact.
Yeah,
I boycotted.
right.
I boycotted Prime Day. Personally, I had money to. There's things I wanted to get too, but having worked in factories and knowing the conditions they are, the least I could do is kind of like,
Oh, yeah, no. I'm sure they make money and incentives and stuff. I know it's got to be hard, but you could also find another job if you don't want to work there.
Dude, that's what I did. I worked for FedEx, and I was like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
So I left. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when they say that they can't find something else, it's that they, I don't know.
Takes work.
Being poor is cyclical.
Mm.
And so if you don't find your way out of the hamster wheel, you're stuck in it for a long time.
I hear ya. And sometimes you just adjust and you feel like that's what it's going to be.
Like, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That changed for me when I moved out here, which is September this year. It'll be 5 years. Kind of crazy to think it's been that long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, once you find that opportunity where you can make enough money to pay your bills at least, and
you don't want to go
like
back ever.
Yeah.
And you'll fight for
right.
it.
It's a breath of fresh air when you're like, oh, okay, I can go out to get dinner. Like, I don't have to be like, nope, no money for that. But
yeah,
I don't know. Now it just goes towards podcast stuff, which hopefully I'm on the tail end. I think the computer is like the biggest thing for
and
editing
that's
the
not
stuff.
even going to be tied to just the podcast. Like, everyone can use a computer for everything.
Oh yeah, that's just my biggest thing, because like a basic crappy computer pretty much works for everything else I want to do. Even Photoshop, this computer I'm using is okay, but it really is that screen resolution, and then when I'm editing videos, this thing likes to crash a lot, so it ends up taking way longer to do it. So
yeah, well, once you have a new computer and like it's got like a i7 or something in there,
I know. I just looked down and this thing says i3. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. But hey, that just goes to show you don't need the best of the best stuff to get out there and start doing what you want to do.
Oh yeah, no. And like, I mean, I'm using this to record us talking, but most of the time everything that I have, there's nothing that actually has to be plugged into a wall, so it's like very minimal, very mobile, I guess. But yeah, this, I guess, one thing that I'm a little bit concerned of, I don't know if my computer's poor performance will affect the screen resolution on your end when I do picture-in-picture. I don't think so, but I'm just not sure. So,
I mean, right now it's clear enough.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's
my
also my
camera
phone.
doesn't matter. Yeah. So like all I'm going to see is what's recording on your end. So I think it'll just take the quality from your phone.
Connection, whatever. Yeah.
But
It's interesting though. Another reason that I admire you is that you will pick something and you'll go start and doing it.
yeah, dig
You
deep
know,
on like
it's
anything.
and it's the self motivation. I think that's hard for people to develop if they don't have it. I struggle with that some days. It's the getting, not so much the getting out of bed, but like once I'm out of bed, like the first step you take, is it going to be towards what it has to be done or what you want to have done?
Yeah, mine is
Self-restraint,
to the
self-control.
gym. Yeah.
So
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's this thing in particular is just something where it's like, I could start it, I could do it, and then I could stop. But having it out there, I feel like, is an added sense of accountability. So it's like,
sure.
oh, I'm going to keep doing it because whether or not people look forward to it, I said that I would, So now I do.
I save the radio shows that I co-host.
Yeah.
I listen to them back just to, ugh. But there I am. You got me out on the radio talking to people.
Yeah.
We had Mux actually on Wider.
Nice.
When before he played at Shakespeare's, he came and did an interview, and he brought Alex with him. So I had Moki and Mux right there.
That's cool. I went there with you one time.
Yeah. I mean, I love, if I could do that out of the house just as a hobby, get like you can get a transmitter tower and you can run a radio show out of your house if you want to, but
yeah, I guess
you can do it with the internet so easily. It's like, .com radio stations.
The thing that I would be interested to know about though would be like copyright. So like, I don't think that I could get away with just up and playing a song right now in this video, and it would
not if you're monetizing it,
right? Which
I think it's because radio is free and people just hear it once and that's it.
Yeah,
like you're recording it and selling it or distributing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's an air burst, so it's kind of like it's over now.
Speaking of redistributing, I ordered some Taking the Credit stickers, so I'll give you some of those while you're out here for the wedding, and I don't know. Kirsten says that I should give them away. I'm thinking maybe I should sell them. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It would make sense if I could give them away to people around here.
Give me a rough estimate for how much like 50 stickers in 3 sizes would cost. Not right now, but just message me later.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then I wouldn't mind helping you pay for that if you want to hand out stickers at your wedding or your friends and stuff when they're in town. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's not like I ordered.
It's not 30. So much about the money for me. I think it'd be good if you just spread the word. And
just hand it to I think that's a good way to do it. My main thing, like right now, I've got a picture behind the laptop that covers the brand of the laptop name, but that's why I ordered a sticker. I was like, I should just slap a logo on the back of this thing, so when I do these video interviews, then I can not worry about it and just have something blocking the brand name. But yeah, also it was like pretty cheap, so I got 30 of them, and we'll just just all it does is like you throw, dude, give me a bumper sticker. I know, I considered getting some of those.
Like,
yeah, we'll see, but it's pretty neat. Like the Fiverr thing really came through with the logo.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not good at that stuff, so it's nice.
It's crazy how good things are crowdsourced too. Like how quickly things can happen. I'm always amazed at video game companies having revivals because they're throwing Kickstarters now, and it's just let the
Right.
fans throw $10. Uh, you remember when H-Hour was announced, and
Oh
David
yeah.
Troy Spears was the original creative director for SOCOM 1, 2, and 3.
Hmm.
And I was like, man, I sunk, what, 7 years into SOCOM 2? Like, just playing it
I
all the
hoped we
time.
would start talking
6
about
years.
that at some point during this podcast.
SOCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about SOCOM.
Probably one of the
So,
best games ever. But real quick, yeah, I agree. The
yeah,
crowdsourcing
it's
thing is
nice.
like a really nice thing because you can invest in what you want to see happen, you know?
Hmm.
So,
And it gives a
but
voice. It gives a reason for it. Like
yeah,
it's,
but
I
crowdsource stuff, yeah, I've found a lot of information just by digging online for things to get or how to connect things. Like I've done a lot of research in order to make this happen, even though it's a pretty simple thing, I guess. There's a lot to it.
yeah,
But
but
you can
there's yeah.
find like good free stuff, and I bought a lot of stuff used. So just like knowing what to do, and you can really cut down on things that might make doing a podcast or streaming on Twitch or whatever it is seem unaccessible, you know?
It's like there's a thing that I always related to. It's what to buy new versus what to buy used.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can buy a new rain jacket because it's to your, you'd want it to be comfortable and fit you, but you don't need a new umbrella.
Right.
You can buy a used umbrella and it's going to still block the rain. Like some people are out here buying both brand new for way more money than they need to spend on just about any facet of their life. And yeah, also another good thing that like I'm happy that we're frugal enough to like differentiate.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't call myself a cheap person. Like I like the nicer thing, but I like sitting in that mid range for components. So like
Because you
my
know that you
computer and
can,
stuff.
right, you can
It's not
find
a waste of
something.
money.
You can find something that'll do the work you need it to do
Mm-hmm.
without having to be like, this is the top of the line. Because I guess for me, I feel like a lot of that top of the line stuff feels like a ripoff when you can
Oh,
get
dude,
something
everything's
yeah.
outdated in a couple of years anyways.
Yeah,
So
that's what
it's
scares
just if
me.
you want it right away. That's all. You're just paying
Yeah.
for the access to it.
That's what
You're
I've
not
been
paying
doing.
for something that's inherently better.
I'm like looking up best budget video editing laptop 2016. Like,
Right.
if it worked a couple of years ago, I'm sure it'd be okay
Well,
for what I'm using it
podcasts
for.
are still happening. They've only been more popular in like the last 6 years too. So it's not. You're recording audio and video. That's not new. It's not like
Right.
you're trying to develop a video game on your laptop.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not typing in code or anything like that. So that's nice. But it's been a project, all of this is new to me.
Yeah, dude, you're doing great.
Well,
I've
thanks.
watched all of them. It's one of those things where just like I think with me and the radio, you always thought that was a cool thing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
It
yeah, my
makes
brother's going to
sense.
go and play songs and make people listen to like the same 20 musicians he rotates.
But see, I
Like,
think
hey.
that's like perfect for you. But, with that said,
Is it because of the
Twitch
face? Was that a face joke? Like
no.
radios?
Oh, no. No, just because you've always been ahead of the curve with music, and everyone who knows you knows that. So that I think is like a true skill. So that's why I felt like being a radio DJ for you, doing it once a week like they wanted you to, would be, it is a commitment, but it would be really cool to hear you do it. With that said, I think it would be way cooler for you to be on Twitch grinding on there, because you could do that more than once a week, and all it takes is an extra button press pretty much.
It is. Trust me, my computer, bless its heart, Grimlock has been down for the last month. Some really, really weird bug with the auto updater, and I have to get a new motherboard. So it's like a $400 thing later.
Wow.
I can, just start over. And it's been time to rebuild for a while. I mean, I built this potato when Skyrim came out because I needed Skyrim. And that's another thing, like I'm saying with the whole like being frugal. Skyrim came out in November 2011. I got my taxes back that next spring, 2012. Built my computer over the summer, looking at deals and stuff. So the game had been out for months. We were playing it on 360, but I was like in awe of how much better it looked on PC. And that's because the 360 came out in 2005 with 512 megabytes of RAM. You know, and then I'm playing on my computer with 8 gigs of RAM, and it's like loading, you know. So I think I put like $1,000 into my computer back then.
Wow.
You know, outside of the monitor and keyboard and mouse and stuff, but just the computer, like $1,000. Did a budget build and then built onto it. But you have people out here that are, you know, they're dropping $3,000 on just the graphics card, and then they go and play Fortnite or Minecraft. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Like,
I want to do the opposite. I want to find somebody who can take a $50 computer and turn it into an extra.
There's such a thing as overpriced electronics, like, and as long as you stay clear of it, not to say that you can't get amazing, like for radio, I use the Audio-Technica M50s.
Oh yeah, headphones. Yeah. No,
they're $150.
Yeah,
$150, dude, and this is the best headphones you'll ever listen to, in my opinion. But
I've got. I'm not sure which order this is, but there's camera and computer. One of those will come before the other, and then after that would be some headphones, ATs probably. So, I don't know exactly which ones, but I like these, so I have no issue with them. But
the other ones I like are like the Sennheisers.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like those are just 2 brands that I would stick with because they tried and true. But it's, I don't know, dude. I'm not to ramble about it, but it's like I think that a lot of people miss the mark when they're looking at things in general. You say, hey, you need this, and they're like, well, I either want to go super duper cheap.
Yeah.
And then getting something that breaks and you have to replace it, or they're going to go all out. What's the best thing you have? And no one's really taking the middle road. It's like, that's where the best stuff is.
Yeah, I think so too. My fear is like, you know, since I started this and started telling people about this, I've had some people reach out and be like, what do you use? You know, and part of me is like, well, I'm happy to help. But also part of me is like, well, I did a lot of work to figure out what to use, you know? So maybe if you show me that you're willing to put in that sort of work, and then you ask me questions about specific things, like, then I'd be more willing to help than just like, hey, you did all this work. What's the best thing for me to get? Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'll tell my closest homies, I guess. But
well, I mean, I can understand exactly how you feel about that. And let's see. Do you want a horror story from GameStop? You want something like that? Like just the whole
well, like, dude, we could go in endless directions. How about
you want to talk about SOCOM too? Bring that.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, but once we're done with that, we could talk about Donkey.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Yeah. I'll try to remember that. If I don't remember that,
I'll remember it because you just brought it up. So I'm just thinking about Chad Miracle eating shit off the roof of our house. So that's loop. It's in loop now. Like,
I don't know what's better.
Before we talk about Chad jumping off the roof of the house, let's talk about Chad's dumpster.
Yeah, right. We'll just get right back at it, and then jumping off of roofs.
For those that don't know, especially your fans in Vietnam, they never got the game.
Really?
Unfortunately.
Oh man. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Germany, I think, did. Well, you know,
U.S., Asia.
A lot of US territories East. In the world don't like promoting American military assets. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You want to play a game as the U.S. Navy SEALs? They killed our grandparents.
That's right.
They don't fuck with that shit.
Game didn't do hot in the Middle East, probably.
Think about being a 65-year-old Vietnamese man and your grandson's tugging at your jacket going, Papa, and I want to play this game as a Navy SEAL. And you're like, no, I'm not going to buy you a game where you're shooting. Like, that's why Medal of Honor tanked as a series that they tried to promote their game in Japan for the Pearl Harbor game where they're like shooting.
Really?
It sold more in Japan.
Oh wow! Well, there you go. See?
Yeah, but it was weird.
Like, I want to see how this is done.
Dude, I'd swear I was standing at work. I was at GameStop, and we were joking about this because we got the numbers in an email, and it was like global launch sales to date for the 6 months. And I was like, Pacific Asia territories have outsold like by a 30% margin over Europe. And I was like, so a game based on, you know, all this stuff that's like, you know, uncomfortable to talk about even with your family members if you had an elderly, you know, like a grandparent that was in the war. Like these are kids that for whatever reason, you know, like that was a thing for them. Like it outsold like crazy. And I always thought that was weird. It's like
Germans probably aren't too big on the World War II games either, though.
No, and they've atoned for,
like, we're the bad
Germany's
guys in every game.
Yeah, they've had to take shit since.
Yeah.
Like not all. I grew up different, not different opinion. It happened, but I'm talking about
careful word.
No, careful. Yeah,
it wasn't that bad, guys.
Yeah. Hey, now. No, what I'm saying is that I didn't have growing up. The first thing I heard about with Germany wasn't Nazi Germany.
Right.
It
was
German cars and German like
guns, Lugers. Yeah.
Things like, but cars like BMW and Volkswagen and stuff. That was my first like, what's Germany? Because they're like, oh, you know, that Volkswagen Beetle is a fun looking car when you're a kid. First time you see a Beetle, you're like, well, that's way different than, you know, mom's minivan.
Right.
So yeah, I was interested in those, and I ended up buying a Volkswagen as my first car. Like that's, you know, like not all Germans are bad.
No,
guys. Like, it's an overdone thing.
It's interesting how that played out in that game. But, you know, I bet like so many games probably just hit differently worldwide.
Yeah.
I would have thought there'd be more people in Germany than in Vietnam. Was that what, or you just said Asia in general versus Europe? Is that right?
Pacific Asia versus Europe.
Pacific Asia versus Europe. Yeah. I wonder how vastly different those numbers are, like of population wise. Take that into effect, because if there are 10 people living in Vietnam and 3 of them get the game, then already you got a 30% in one country alone. Shouts out to Vietnam. I need to get some like Vietnamese swag in here, maybe.
I wonder.
Is it pho? Is pho Vietnamese?
Yes, pho is. So you just gotta.
So I just gotta cook some pho in here, get some scat. Bring my German Shepherd into the mix.
You eating a bowl of pho and petting a German Shepherd and be like, "Hello, fans."
Yeah,
no, that's not the scat.
Spitting my soup out.
It was kind of funny watching Mux being like, "I think it's bait," and you're like, "There's numbers." Like
the data shows.
Like,
yeah,
the data shows.
That should be my if I could rename this podcast,
numbers
it would probably be the data shows or something like that, but somebody else can have that. Kristen and I are gonna start doing podcasts at night out in our backyard and call it Nights at the Round Table, just so you know.
Oh, would it be like a D&D focused podcast?
No, just because it would be night time and we would be sitting at a round table.
Do you know which
right
one of those nights? One of those nights was actually the one to come up with the design for the table. It was a huge, huge table. It was a circumference. Gotcha.
Thanks for that, bro. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And hey, could you remind me of that? What'd you say? It's America's Got Scat #2 Electric Boogaloo? Is that the name of this one?
No, it's Scat Attack 2
Scat Attack.
Electric Boogaloo Return of the Scat.
All right, cool. I really gotta try to remember that one. That'll be good.
I will message you later. We'll just go back and forth on perfecting our scat title sequence.
Amen.
Maybe you can do some video editing down the road where you get like the, just straight up black. I'm thinking black background, maybe some like small white dots trickled throughout, and then yellow, thick bordered letters at a slight angle, moving from the bottom of the screen back into the, back on the horizon.
Okay.
You just scroll text, right? It's never been done before. No one's ever used this technique for opening sequences.
Okay.
You just get your yellow text, and you just say whatever you want, like it's Return of the Scat 2, Scat Attack, Electric Boogaloo, or whatever.
Are you talking about like Star Wars style? Like the
What's that?
Like how the words come up?
I'm sorry, Star Wars?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I thought you were like trying to call me out for saying the wrong thing. And I was like, no, dude. In a galaxy far away shit,
That's exactly what I was explaining to you. Black wall, stars, little white dot sprinkled. Dude,
I bet it would be dope, though, to have like a galaxy print something or other backdrop. That'd be fun. Probably not going to change this.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Should just move this mom's picture down. Can you see that right now?
I'm just thinking... I can see it. Beautiful painting.
Yeah, it's like it's cut off on the actual cameras, but I should just move it down because there's a lot of empty space here in what gets recorded on camera. Although I think most people actually listen to this, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything as far as you need to video edit stuff for the during process. It would be more post for like your YouTube videos and stuff. When you put up clips, you would have like an intro, like when you watch streamers on YouTube and stuff. Like if Shroud has a video, there's like a short 5-second intro with his name and stuff like that. Because I feel like right now, do you have anything before or after, like a border title card and then the footage rolls? Or,
So you haven't watched them all? Or any of them?
No, you have. No, I was just saying.
They all start with the intro song and like
in the black and white. Yeah,
it's muted and then So there's that, but I mean, I know that's
talking
like
about that part of your videos is what I was like rambling on about. With like, you could have like really funny thing if you did like a Star Wars roll the text into the background. Like on this episode, Josh talks about Scat SOCOM, and he's.
Yeah, I'll just have them read the description. I'm trying to do as little work as possible with this.
Amen to that.
But if I had a better computer, I could do cooler stuff. Yeah.
I need to grab my phone charger.
Word. You're good.
Because we are approaching the 10%.
Yeah. Scary territory. Scary Terry.
I don't want to lose you.
Samesies. Yeah. So I don't know. That would be nice.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can I interview the interviewer for a second?
Sure.
What was your favorite game as a kid?
Oh wow, I literally did not plan on that turning around on me. I think it's only fair to say SOCOM 2 because I don't think there's Rainbow Six has got to be close, but I really don't think that there's anything that's that I've played as long as SOCOM 2 and like
the amount of time
stayed up all night playing. Yeah, so I want to say it's like that, and then Rainbow Six is probably like that because it's somewhat similar. The format is somewhat similar, so that's what really appeals to me. Other games are like GTA. I really like playing them, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess you asked like favorite game of all time. Dang, there were some dope ones. I think about like.
I could never do a single top one.
Yeah.
I think I could give you a very, very solid top 10.
Mickey and Minnie's Adventures.
And it would just be, okay. Yeah, Mickey and Minnie, Great Circus Mystery on the Super Nintendo is Really good example of Capcom coming off of Mega Man and just taking Disney licenses and knocking it out of the park.
So dope, dude.
Like
That game
Capcom's
was...
Donald. The Scrooge McDuck game is awesome. DuckTales. Like all their stuff was on point. And when they did the Great Circus Mystery, it was like, oh, this is good.
NBA Jam. Yeah. Yeah. SOCOM 2, I think I could settle on that. Realistically, I think that would be a fair thing to say. But yeah, there are a lot of good ones. When I was talking to Mux, he was saying that he does this show and they'll play video games for a bit and then they do an interview. And he said one of the games they were playing recently was NBA Jam. And I'm like, what do I got to do? How many records do I need to sell to get on that show where I'm playing NBA Jam? Because that's what I really want to be doing. Well,
there's very real possibility that you could do it with me. I not to like piggyback off of what Brian does with the thing, but like I think it'd be really cool if I did a variety of things. I don't want to be on Twitch playing one game.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't really stream all the time when I am playing, because I am then watching myself play over my shoulder as far as like what I'm saying and what I'm doing, and trying to like play super sweaty and really well, because I can perform sometimes. Like sometimes I'm good at a game that I play.
Yeah, but all the time you're better than people like me. So, you know, I think
it's fundamentals, I guess. Time commitment. I played a shit ton more than you did.
Yeah. But all the more reason to turn on Twitch and like,
I know,
get that paper, but, dude.
I would like to, if I had, let's just go with this. If it starts picking up steam and there's traffic to the channel, I would want to leverage it to variety instead of focusing on one, like, oh, he plays this game, and if he doesn't play Rainbow Six, we're not going to watch.
Yeah.
Although you can't even like talk about that stuff until you have like 10,000 fans or whatever. You have to worry about what you're doing.
Yeah. But you do think about it, and it's good to have some sort of a plan, I guess. In a way, my plan was having very little plan. Like, what is this podcast going to do to set apart from others? And like, I don't know. It's me and not someone else.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch your stuff on YouTube. I use Spotify when I'm at work, and, you know, just listen to it and stuff. And it's like, the cool thing about podcasts is that that's the half of it right there. It's like, it wasn't intended to be a format where people record themselves and then put videos out like Joe Rogan Experience and stuff, or H3H3 Productions.
Oh yeah, I know. So good.
You know, so they're entertaining and they get by off of their voice. You're just listening to people talking like on a talk show radio. Yeah. And so the whole Frasier part of it is like, that's all you need. It's icing on the cake when you can be entertained by a person. You just want to be Frasier.
Essentially, yeah. I'm like getting the degree and
Dr. Crane.
Yeah, I could really work on my flow, my hair.
Dude, don't
skull it out, and just
if you could have
start screaming Niles,
throwback feathered Kelsey Grammer, like just.
Feathered,
I think that's one of the
Kelsey Grammer. Yeah.
When people talk about haircuts, you know how they talk about like Jennifer Aniston and Friends?
Yeah.
Or
Cisco and the thong song.
Name some haircut. Yeah. What's the Felicity or whatever? You have all these like haircuts back in the day that like got noticed, and people are like, oh, there's that. And nobody else was trying to rock the balding mullet that
Hulk Hogan and Kelsey Grammer only.
Those are the only guys, and like Hogan was a bit too theatrical with his.
Never seen them in the same room together.
Kelsey Grammer and Hulk Hogan.
Terry Bollea. We could be dealing with the same monster here.
Now, for the life of me, I want a Freaky Friday where Frazier has to wrestle and Hulk Hogan has to do a radio show.
Wow. Well, Hulk would be totally successful, I'm sure.
Oh, he'd be fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
brother, I got a radio show, brother. Call in.
Kelsey Grammer
So yeah,
is like
and
falling
Kelsey
off
Grammer
of
would
stages.
he'd be a jobber to Al Snow. And it'd be like,
He would eliminate himself out of a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Throw himself
You know,
over the ring. Over the ropes. Damn it, Niles.
I'm not the biggest wrestling fan in the world because I've met some people that they're the biggest wrestling fans in the world, but I appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And it bites my ass that Drew Carey is in the Hall of Fame because it's like, what is the Hall of Fame when you can start putting TV show hosts like into it in the same, you know, like
before,
any time, yeah,
before deserving like, wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our president is in the world, you know,
Snoop
the WWE
Dogg.
Hall of Fame. It's kind of like, okay, like,
yeah, not so
weird.
exclusive anymore. Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, they're trying to make that promotion money too, so they're like.
But it was never like that until like the end of the '90s. You know,
yeah.
It was just my whole life growing up. It was, hey, it's a Hall of Fame baseball player. It's a Hall of Fame baseball player, not like the Baseball Hall of Fame has.
That's social media
and this rapper.
Yeah, I see it like heavily influencing UFC, which I wasn't a huge fan. Like I watched some of them, like how we watched wrestling growing up. You'd like go to the video store and get the pay-per-view and watch the pay-per-view because we didn't have cable.
Iceman, dude, Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, so I used to do that. 2008, Brian and I would rent UFC pay-per-views and we'd watch them like casual fan, but at that time Anderson Silva was the best in, I think he's a middleweight fighter. He was the best middleweight and he had the fame and he was regarded as the best simply because no one could beat him. Nowadays, people get hype by talking shit enough, you know? So I'll say like Conor McGregor, he is an extremely good fighter, but I don't feel that he's the best. There are people who are newer to the sport or have just been fighting without talking shit for a long time who are better, but they just won't. I mean, that's not their personality, so they don't do that. So like maybe wrestling is trying to, because people don't necessarily care about who's like actually the best anymore. They just want to see who's entertaining,
the most
fight
popular,
or be in the Hall of Fame or whatever. So I don't know, but I think that's what happened with Daniel Bryant, right? Like I don't know if it was real or not, or just WWE storyline, but they were always like, "Well, you're good, but you're not like you can't be the face of the company because you look like a fucking goat on crack." So,
so there's a lot of really, really juicy, awesome, fun to listen to. I would recommend anyone that's ever been a fan of wrestling as a kid, like Stone Cold does his podcast.
Oh yeah, I love it. The Broken Skull Ranch.
That is an amazing peek behind the time curtain. You know, you're just like, you're listening to Stone Cold, who we as kids grew up smash glass, and then we're just we're right there and huge fans. And then like he's talking about being on the road and just, you know, the normalcies of it and like the behind the scenes conversations, because like Stone Cold Steve Austin, the cool thing about him as far as being the face of the company was that he wasn't the do-gooder that Hulk was. It was like a 180.
Yeah.
You had Hulk Hogan, like, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, cross necklace, very, you know, Americana. And then the passing of the torch was just the fact that Americans were experiencing a different time going from like the 80s and early 90s economy into the end of the 90s, especially early 2000s. Well, it was just, everything was like on the cusp of a new millennium. Who's going to stand out in the year 2000?
Right.
So Stone Cold had been popular. He had won the championship before the year 2000, but it was like the year 99 when he like took off, and that's when he started fighting with McMahon. They did that whole thing.
Right.
So people
Blew
liked
up.
Austin.
Yeah.
People like, he fought Bret Hart and had the crazy hour-long match where he,
Super
infamously
bloody.
Stone Cold doesn't tap out to the sharpshooter. He
Yeah.
just passes out from blood loss. It's like all theatrics, but yeah, when he started fighting the boss of the company, that's when everyone got behind him because it's like, yeah, I want to punch my boss in the
I wish
face.
I could do that.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I know.
And he took off, and like as a kid, you're soaked up in it, and then as an adult, you can sit back and go, man, like it's just crazy that they're just able to reflect and tell you very candidly how things actually happen.
Oh yeah.
And I respect that about wrestlers, is that yes, it is a craft. It's like a circus. It's a show that they want to put butts in seats and in front of the TV to watch something happen. But there's real athletic performers. They're actors and they're athletes at the same time. So it's like there's a lot of work going on.
Yeah.
To make that happen. So
super legit.
Yeah, dude. Where were we? Shoot, I just had a brain fart because.
No, it's okay.
Is that a train? Is that a train nearby your house?
Oh yeah. Yep. There's all sorts of stuff going on around here. Can you hear the dishes being
done? Whatever.
Yeah.
Judah booed. No, I thought when I heard it, I thought it was something on my end, and I was looking out the window. Like,
oh yeah, no, there's one like a couple blocks away. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't necessarily remember where we were at before the WWE stuff just kind of takes over.
Podcast.
I was talking about the UFC and kind of who gets popular and who gets in the Hall of Fame because of what.
Being good.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just that. But hey, man, we're over the limit right now, actually. So we're in the clear.
And you don't want to like cut and paste, or do you want to like talk about some other stuff just to have recorded footage, or?
Oh well, dude. I mean, we're gonna do this again. So
that we are.
There's always that.
It's a good trial run.
Yeah.
First, it's
Oh my God, your audio is so much better. You just turned your head a little bit, and now it's like
over to it like this.
Yeah, no, it's like it's weird.
Talking into it like this, doing some ASMR things like, "Hi Eli, how's it going?"
Very better, yeah, a lot better.
Hi, we're gonna wrap up today's episode by softly speaking. We are going to thank you all for watching at home on YouTube and for listening on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever else you can find us. We'll have links below.
Pay me.
Tell your friends. And if you donate my brother $50 this week, we'll do the entire next episode in ASMR.
That's true. I would be willing to do that. People are gonna.
I'm holding you to it, bro. If somebody in the comments drops my brother $50 so that he can get some stuff for his podcast, then yeah, we'll do the whole thing ASMR with a pop guard filter on the microphone.
Yeah,
I'll pull out my super expensive microphone, and we'll just.
Probably should have done that already. Yeah. No, I know it can't really.
These work okay.
It can't really hook up to your phone.
You're looking at me like, bro, you had all day.
No. I know you're on your phone, so there's obstacles. So that's fine, dude.
Once I'm into the new house, though, I'm gonna throw some stuff in the computer and get that up and running, and I'll have everything set up for my stream. I'm gonna go and grab those things you throw on the wall.
The sound dampeners. Yeah, that's a good move. Do you have? Are you planning on recording yourself playing, like a video of yourself?
I've yet to, like a face cam.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm getting software to record my inputs on my controller though, and having an overlay on the screen so it shows you what buttons I'm pressing.
Really? Wow, that's pretty cool.
I kind of want that to be more of the focus than what I look like.
I mean, that would be dope for like fighting games, especially. But I think that I just feel like there would be like a bit more connectedness if you're doing it. And I know there's some stuff I could point you in the direction if you're ever interested in it, of like live switch buttons, like keys where you could cut between cameras if you wanted to. But I'm just thinking about this. I was telling Mux as well, I've got this like 4K GoPro sort of camera that was $80. Like it's not normally $80, but I found a page on eBay that sells them for $80.
Got a good deal.
Yeah, and it works really well. So like that might be an option for you if you ever wanted to do another camera angle that's good quality, but not super expensive.
I have a decent webcam. So next time we do this, I'll do it on the computer.
Word.
I'll plug everything in.
Yeah.
But the phone was convenient.
So yeah, no. I hear you. Yeah.
It sounds right.
I'll probably we'll see. I mean, I'm curious to see what this output's like once I do the editing stuff. But I also have a few more. Not a few more. I've got one more, Jonathan Elia. We're gonna do on one of these distant podcasts. So we'll see. I'll actually be using a different microphone for that one that I could also have plugged into the computer, so it would sound better on your end.
It's all good though, because like when I get moved in, since it's kind of a hectic next couple of weeks, I'm moving, then I'm going to come see you for your wedding.
Yeah.
But once I get moved in there, like a lot more space for a desk to be, instead of having it in a bedroom, it'll be, the whole basement's going to be just all of our gaming stuff. So
nice. Yeah.
I think you'll like what it looks like when we're all done.
Sure.
And then I've got the, that folding like Japanese style paper wall.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just going to set that up down there and just kind of
block off your area.
Space.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's up, dude. I'm excited for you. I think
I totally intend on streaming more often when I get down there. But in the meantime, I just post clips on YouTube and stuff just to, like you said, like hold myself accountable to be like, if I want my friends to see this, is the content any good, or is it worth watching, like worth taking a double look at?
Yeah. I guess with that said, because I know that like the gaming is a pretty big part of what you enjoy and what you do, and like people know you through video games and stuff as well.
We could talk for hours about just Street Fighter.
Yeah, right. Do you want me to put your name on this title as Food Nap Time?
Well, I was eating when you started this. So.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, you can if you want,
or just parentheses.
It's at Food Nap Time if you want to put my information in the
bio, into the description.
Yeah, in the bio.
Cool.
Yeah, you can just link my YouTube channel and my Twitch. Feel free. And then I'll set all your stuff up linked onto mine.
Yeah, send me your channel link.
Everything you can find Food Nap Time for, it's me.
Yeah.
I have Food Nap Time on every platform.
At Food Nap Time for Josh, the brother. Give him some support, show him love. Tell him to start doing cam girl websites and send him money.
Do you think I could wait? No. Do you think I could play Rainbow Six on like Chatterbait? And then people are just flipping through, like, what was that one thing you used to watch random people sit chat roulette?
Chat roulette, yeah. Dude, if you just wore a wig, put a nice...
like a Twitch stream, and I'm live on chat roulette as well, by the way. Shout out to chat roulette.
Just put a nice big blonde wig on, like ready to rumble when they come across the dude in the trailer. I will rule you.
That's not the king, man. That's the queen. The king is a queen. Oh, that movie.
My dad says yakking on the phone funny. Is for pussies.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
yeah.
God bless. That was the 90s, bro. That was the
David
best thing about the late 90s.
Yeah, man.
Got me thinking about that dumb movie now.
It's a hitter. It's so good.
I think it'd be just hilarious if some guy was just like flipping through trying to look at boobs, and then all of a sudden it's me like screaming, playing Rainbow Six, and
Yeah.
like defuse the fucking bomb. And you're like, wait, what?
Just picture in picture, but there's also a guy jerking off like above you, like over your shoulder.
No, I don't want pictures. Do I have to see everyone on the other end?
No. I'm saying,
is it like this?
Like people see your video and it's just a camera behind you of you playing, but then there's also a picture in picture that they see of just random dude porn up in the corner. You get it.
I get it.
I love you.
I love you too, man. I just feel like when I get on Twitch, yeah, dude, if I need to wear a blonde wig and a bikini top, I'll do it just to.
I don't think it's the end of the world.
These gamer girls are raking in all the money. Like, it's amazing that you had people that used to like be cam girls and stuff, and then you see them on Twitch. And
like,
yeah, you suck at this
holding
game. No one's watching it for your gameplay. Yeah, like no one is going, oh boy, that Brittany girl is so good at League of Legends. Like, yeah, no, dude, she's like gold 1 and
rich now. It's
just cameras like zoomed like that. Yeah. Just like, Jesus. So I don't want to be like that. I'll see how far I can go before I resort to selling my body to get stream numbers. Like,
that's okay. Just don't wait too long, because the people want what they want.
Because my body will fail me if I want to use it as a cash.
No, people want what they want.
Don't get too old. No, I know. My thing is that I just need to dump the money into the computer, and I don't want to spend money on the computer this summer until I'm moved and do your wedding.
Yeah, sure.
So after that, I can fix it up and start streaming. So
yeah,
look forward to it. And I'll have you on there too, because we're gonna we'll have to play some stuff and show these people what Prominence Poker podcast episode.
Yeah, that would be solid. Yeah, maybe that would be fun.
It's like almost like my version would be like, instead of recording it like this, it's like I sit you down in the game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude, that would be fun.
Shoot you questions and interview you while we're playing poker.
Do some like Red Dead Poker or Prominence Poker. Yeah, that'd be
just
good.
Something silly that people can watch gameplay over it.
I like that idea. That's super cool, man.
Yeah, we can do that next time.
Yeah, I've got the stuff for it too. So yeah, sounds good, man. And thanks again, bro, for doing this. I know that my timing wasn't spot on, and I was telling Kirsten, for whatever reason, I was like feeling nervous about doing this before we did this, even though it's you're my brother. But I feel like
if for whatever reason you go back and listen to this when you're in post and you're just going back through this, know that I love you, and we're going to do more of these. This will be like chapter 1 of like 5 in a series. And
there will be more than 5. I'm
just saying, like, I will be a recurring guest because I love talking to you anyways, and most of the time we're playing video games together. But I think you and I have a lot of separate friends and a lot of same friends, and our stories of our lives really overlap at some really funny segments
because we're siblings. I feel like this would, maybe, since this is episode 10, this will be episode 10, maybe like every 10 or something could have you on.
And honestly, the way I look at it is because you're my baby brother, like, anytime that I grew up with something that triggers a fond memory, you were right there with it. I don't think there's a lot, even though we're 4.5 years apart, like, we liked the same things. Be it something that is more your generation or my generation, whatever, never really mattered. It was more of like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, no, we were always on the same wavelength, so that's been really nice.
Like that time we went to the monster truck rally and wore camouflage so that no one would question us.
So we'd blend in. Yeah.
So we could blend in with the monster truck show. We all wore camouflage and like hunting hats.
Valvoline. I had a Valvoline hat on.
Like, what assholes are we to be like, shit, we're going to be around a bunch of rednecks. We better
now's the time.
Dress like them.
It's like Halloween.
You don't want to stick out at a monster truck rally wearing your chinos.
I don't want to be the only asshole with sleeves on my shirt here.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Yeah. Look at
you
this
try to go into the monster truck show with your $15 ticket, and she's like, I don't think so, City Slicker. The electrical car convention is across the street. And you're like, oh.
You're only going to use half of your seat. You're going to be standing the whole time.
You paid full price for your seats, but you'll only use the edge.
Thank you for cleaning that up for me. Yeah, exactly.
No problem.
Yeah, dude. We didn't talk about Donkey, but maybe next time we'll talk about
next
Donkey.
time. And also, we're showing people right here, right now, what a Michigan goodbye really is like, because we were like, oh, let's wrap this up in like 5 minutes later. Like,
yeah. No, I think that's good though. I didn't necessarily want to just cut it off, but just to let you know that we're in the green. So, yeah. Thanks again, bro. I love you. I'm glad we're doing this. Yeah, I look forward to doing it again, and I look forward to.
Are you hopping online after this?
Probably. Yeah, because I got 2 hours before class starts, so I'm sure I'll be
GTA.
Yeah, probably. There's that new update. I just got to check in with my lady, see what's good, see what's going on, and then
it was a pleasure, Eli.
I probably will. So yeah, I'll probably plan on doing that, and then after class tonight, I might not get back on because I'll just work on this or something. But
it's fine, dude. Yeah.
But dude, you're the best. I love you infinitely.
Biggest fan.
I know you are, and that's awesome. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to doing it again at Food Nap Time for Josh. Anywhere that's probably like Instagram, Twitter, PlayStation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So if you have Instagram, Twitter, I don't know for sure, but like Food Nap Time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
Okay, yeah, YouTube videos. For sure. Yeah, check out Josh's YouTube. It's dope. And your production on those videos have been getting better and better. So
their baseline just cutting at better time. I haven't even gotten into sub software and like editing transitions.
While you're dropping in text and stuff like that, so it's a step up. The zoom in,
it's baby steps, but it's nice compared to how it was like 3 years ago.
It's huge steps compared to what most just general clips that people can post are. So yeah, man, proud of you. I love you, and love you we'll do this again soon, and I'll talk to you even sooner.
Bye
Joshy. See you, dude.
Later. I feel like an old person talking to a millennial about how do I get out of this
there's
a leave button.
Yeah, there's an end meeting. I already closed the recording, so I didn't catch this bit, but just so you guys know, I'm still here with Josh, and I don't know if you'll be able to see him at this point, but he is struggling to leave.
Old fart moment.
There should be a little pop-up that says leave meeting for you.
I got it. Yeah. I love you, Eli. You'll be good.
Too, bro.
Talk to you soon.
Take care, dude. All right, guys. So that was awesome. I love talking to Josh. He's the best. That's my oldest brother of all time, and we've been through a lot. Look forward to talking to him more about our lives, upbringing, probably at some point. And just life. So thank you guys for tuning in. I always appreciate that. Find me at Taking the Credit. I'll be working on the website soon, takingthecredit.com. Stickers coming soon. If you guys are interested, hit me up. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, thank you for listening. If you're anywhere else. And I appreciate you all tuning in. It's always fun doing this, and it means a lot that anyone else cares. So one more time, thanks again, guys, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.